I'm Dave, this is the Cyderbaby Pod, and today I'm speaking to Doogie White of Alcatrazz. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. It's nice to see you.
You're looking well. You've been sunning yourself in good old Scotland.
Hardly. I just got back last weekend. I did a solo tour through Europe, and I ended up with 3 shows in the Czech Republic. So there wasn't much sunshine, I have to say.
No, no.
No,
Oh, you've just toured actually with Alcatrazz as well, haven't you?
yeah, we did that
So
as well.
tell me about that. I mean, that was sort of like pre-album release. So I mean, that was
Yes.
quite brave.
Well, what what we did was we toured last year, and it got cancelled because a couple of folk caught COVID, so we had to miss out 2 or 3 shows.
Right.
So we decided to reschedule and come back again
Mm.
and get these shows in. So it worked out. It worked out well. I mean, the audiences were bigger than they had been previously. Um, we played in London in the Underworld and sold that out, which was fantastic.
That's
You
a
know,
nice venue as well.
so
Yeah.
that was so that I'd never played there before, and so that was good, and it's going really well. You know, the band are good, the tunes are good, the audiences are great, um, and we had that organized before. Because the album was supposed to come out in September, but the record company liked it so much they brought it forward. So no doubt we'll be out again later on in this year, playing songs from the new album and getting rid of some of the sort of rainbow stuff or Schenker stuff that we're playing,
Right.
which is similar to what they were doing when Graham was in the band. You know, they were
Yeah.
doing some of Graham's stuff with Rainbow, they were doing some of Graham's solo stuff, some of Graham's stuff with Schenker. I seem to be just following the guy around all the time.
I mean, you two are friends anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, we've been friends for a very long time, and when Alcatrazz came up here, I think 2019, uh, I got a phone call and said, "Like, would you take Graham for a coffee and have a walk around with him, just show him the sights? He's a bit bored."
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We wandered around, and he just said how much he just wasn't enjoying this kind of music anymore.
Oh, okay.
And he hadn't really enjoyed it when he did it with Ingve, and he hadn't really enjoyed it when he did it with Steve Vai, and he wasn't enjoying it now. And all I said to him, I mean, we've been mates 25 years, we've toured everywhere together, Graham and I,
Mm.
and 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 I said to him, "Look, man, you're 72 years old. Why don't you just go and do what you want to do?
Yeah.
You've still got the voice, you've still got the look, you've got the profile. Just go and do whatever you want to do." So he quit Alcatrazz.
On the back of what you said.
Oh, oh, oh. And it wasn't my intention. I was just, we were just chatting away as old friends do, and you give unwanted advice and you take unwanted advice. And so I got a phone call from Alcatraz saying, "You're responsible for this. So you're going to have to come in and do these dates we've got booked." And I said,
Right.
"Well, why don't we just, in this downtime, why don't we just go and write a new album?" So that's what we did, and that was the V album,
Yeah.
and we did that, and then and that was well received, and we went out and toured with that, and now we've got this new one, Take No Prisoners, coming out on May the 19th.
Yep.
So
I'm so glad you saying that. It saves me the trouble.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've been given obviously a streaming link to just listen to it. I mean,
Yeah.
what a banger of an album. I mean, there's not really a dull track on there, is there?
No, I don't think there is.
Uh,
I really don't think there is. I think we've. It's. It was a great process in doing it as well, and we had a lot of fun. And of course, as with the last album V and with this one, we always overwrite.
yeah.
So there's always tunes, and you have to pick the ones that sit well together.
Yeah.
It's not that the ones that were left over, we haven't, so maybe when in 20 years' time, when it's the 20th anniversary, and I'm just going around in my bath chair, we can put all these extra tracks on.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go through the album. It opens with Little Viper. I mean, it's just like bang in your face, high octane.
Yeah.
It's just, what a banger of it. Opener. It's
Yeah, we wanted to have something that just opened up and just cracked it around a bit, which is great.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's just, and it's about it's about the loneliness of being on the road, you know. And I mean, I'm quite happy with my own company, but a lot of people are not, you know. And it's just about, you know, doing too much of the things you shouldn't be doing and ending up on the bathroom floor somewhere, you know, or inside a wardrobe, you know.
That's never happened to me.
No.
No.
You've never suffered jet lag going to Japan, then?
No. Oh, I do believe there's a story behind that. So do tell.
No, there really isn't.
Okay. Don't Get Mad, Get Even. I mean, you did that with Girl School, and you
Yes.
toured with them. I mean, that's a. I was playing that quite a bit on the radio when it was current as a single, and I loved it. It just brought back so many memories of the day. I mean, I grew up in the 80s, and like the whole of the album actually has got a certain vibe of the 70s, 80s rock music, which seems to be lost because people are trying to progress and change and alter. But I think overall, the whole album yourself, you've actually managed to capture that essence of 70s, 80s rock, hard rock music, brought it bang up to date without changing too much. And it's just brilliant. It's just bringing back memories. It's making new memories for himself. You know, I'm thinking Holy Roller as well. Gates of Destiny, brilliant song and stuff like that.
Well, that was written. The record company wanted us to try using outside writers, you know, and so I was persuaded to allow that to happen. You know, that's not really my bag.
Okay.
You know, but then they try to sell it. Well, look what happened to Rainbow when they got Since You've Been Gone. You know, and, you know, look what happened to Aerosmith when they got Diane Warren. So, you know, so that one that Jim sent through, The Gates of Destiny, you know, was the best of a bunch that we got sent through.
Yeah.
And so we decided to do it, and it's come out really well, and he's really pleased with it, because I mean, it was just a demo he sent us through, and we just took it and manipulated it and molded it and put the Alcatrazz sound on it, and then stuck my voice over the top.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a cracking tune. And Holy Roller, well, I mean, that's just a fun gothic tale, really. And again, the management got in touch with Nibs Carter from Saxon.
Yeah.
Right? They said, "Oh, if you get any songs lying around." So of course Nibs had some songs lying around, and so he sent us that one over, and Joe and I worked on it, and we and put it together. And it's just a wee gothic rock and roll song, you know. I mean, Holy Roller is such an 80s, early 80s sort of title, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a good little rock and roll song. And if you go back to Don't Get Mad, Get Even, Don't Get Mad, Get Even, till 2 days before we recorded it, was called Batshit Crazy. And it wasn't even going to make the album, right? Because Jimmy and Jimmy and the management quite rightly said, you can't have a song called Batshit Crazy because nobody will play it, because they won't be able to say the title. and so there's a whole different version of Don't Get Mad, Get Even called Batshit Crazy. And 2 days before we went into the record, I just woke up and just came through and knocked this out in 25 minutes.
Okay.
I'd clearly been dreaming it. And it was just there, both. And we went into the studio and they went, "Oh, we're doing that one?" I said, "Yeah, here's the new version." And then they come up with the idea. We were touring with Girl School, and they just said, "We've got Girl School doing the backing vocals." You know, so they did that in a dressing room or a hotel room somewhere. It's mad. They're very creative. You know, you know, everybody's always got sort of creative ideas, and they come up with plans, and they, so far, they've all seemed to work.
Okay.
Whether it's record company management or band members, you know, we're all working together, and it seems to work, and that's a good thing. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it seems Take No Prisoners, the album's seeing you all gel together quite a bit more, maybe more so than V. Would you say that was right? Would you say?
Yeah, well, I think I'm just writing down the name of the album. What did I don't remember what I called it. I mean, I think some of the songs previously for the V album had been written with Graham in mind.
Yeah.
You know, whereas this was right from the start was written for me and with me in mind. I brought some songs to the V album, you know, but I can't really compare them, to be honest. I think Joe's playing in this one is more interesting. I mean, he's a terrific player, and he pulls from many wells when he's doing his riffing or he's soloing. You know, that's always important. And I mean, you know, the solo that he does on Salute the Colours is just out of this world, man.
Yeah.
You know, because he can shred with the best of them, but this time he's been putting little. He's playing for the song. He's putting little songs within the song.
Yeah.
On the solos, which is magic, and he's using the wah wah and he's using the whammy, but you know, he's using all the talents that he has, all the techniques that he has, and it shines beautifully in Salute the Colours.
Well, I suppose the album closed on Bring on the Rock. I mean, that's just an out and out rock song, isn't it? It's just
we just needed somewhere people would go rock.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it's going to be a set closer as well, isn't it, sort of thing?
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. Okay, so out of the 10 or 12 songs that are on the album, which one do you think? That's it. That's the one. That's the one I really like from this album.
It's difficult to say because it changes. You know, it'd be easier to say the one that I didn't like, but then nobody else seems to have been bothered by it, so I'm not going to mention it. But I'm pleased with the album. I think it's a good, solid album. There are great songs on there that we'll be able to play live, you know, and then have it as Alcatrazz, you know, with some of the classic Alcatrazz songs, you know, that people know. No point in going to the back catalogue and playing the songs that they don't know from way back then, and then use some from V and then some from Take No Prisoners. Thanks for that. you know, we'll get in there and put a full set list together of that.
Okay.
You know, because I mean the reason we chose to do I think we did 3 Rainbow songs and 2 Schenker songs. It's because Rainbow are not playing them and they never get heard. And Schenker's not playing them, so they never get heard. And you know, and we needed to fill up that space with songs that people would recognize rather than some obscure album track, you know, from somewhere. Because it's not always. It's what we're finding is that it's newer fans that are coming in to see it. And they maybe not familiar with the back catalogue of Alcatrazz, but they certainly know what's happening with this new V album. I mean, it's done very well, and we're very proud of it. And Take No Prisoners. Hopefully that'll do well as well, and we can get there. It's about the touring, man. I always like to write songs that I can take on the road and play. That's the one. You know, because it's got to try and keep making music and getting out there and entertaining people and having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, going back over your history, you have got quite a long pedigree with various bands over the years. I mean, what were the highlights for you looking back?
Well, the Queen Mother's birthday in 1989 at the Marquee with Midnight Blue was one of the best gigs I ever played. It was one of the most enjoyable gigs. It was the 4th of August 1989, and it was just magic, you know. And of course, joining up with Richie was such a highlight because he's always been my favorite guitar player from when I was a wee boy. And to get to play and to write with him and to tour with him, and you know, we used to go to Blockbuster's videos together, you know, and then go, you know, if there was no football on, I'd go round to his house and we would sit and watch the Princess Bride or something. I mean, it was crazy, but that was a good time. You know, I tried to find joy in everything. I mean, I was with Richie for 3.5 years. I was with Yngwie for 6 or 7.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing about that, I mean, the difference between myself and the other singers that I've sung with Yngwie was I knew what I was getting involved in.
Yeah.
You know, he told me directly when I went in, I will be writing everything. You will sing what I write, and if that doesn't suit you, I'll find somebody else. And we had a great time together. You know, others, you know, seem to have rubbed them up the wrong way a bit. You know, and with Michael, I was with Michael for 10, 11 years. You know, and it was great. But he always moves things around. He always does 2 or 3 records with the same lineup, and then he changes it.
Yeah.
You know, I did 2 Temple of Rock albums with him, Herman, and Francis, and then he went on to the Michael Schenker Fest, and I wasn't invited for the first legs of the tour. But when he needed somebody to come in and help him write the album, you know, he got me in there. And the first album I thought was really good. It had Take Me to the Church, you know. And we wrote really good tunes together. And then the second album came in, and it just kind of, I didn't. Apart from Graham's song, and I can't remember what that's called either. But that was the best song on the album. The rest of it was all a bit rushed and a bit sort of, you know. So now he's doing MSG with Romero and a new lineup, you know. And he seems happy. He seems happy doing that. I think they've done 2 albums now, so it'll be a lineup change in about 6 months.
I actually managed to catch him last year at Stone Dead Festival, so that's the first time I've actually seen him play live.
Oh, really?
In my entire life, it's been one of my bucket lists, I suppose. So
he's an amazing player, player.
Yeah,
and he's very diligent, and he works very hard at it as well. You know, and I you know, we always got on really well. We still, you know, he sent me birthday greetings a couple of days ago. You know, so we're still in contact. You know, so no doors are closed.
Well, hopefully I'll see you again with him then. You know, another lineup change. Maybe. All right, I'm not going to get any more news out of that, eh?
There is no more news.
No, that's all right then. Okay, damn it. Well, Doogie, thank you for your time. I wish you a happy birthday as well. I believe you called me on. I think you called me on your birthday, didn't you?
Sorry, I didn't call you.
No.
Things happen.
But thank you very much for your time. I wish you all the best with the new album. Take No Prisoners with Alcatrazz.
I've got it written down now.
You've got it written down. Ideal, which is out in May, and I hope to see you on the road very soon.
All right. Thanks very much, Dave. Cheers,
man. Take care.
Appreciate it. Thank you.